What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Gemini Jets January 2021 releases. Feels weird saying 2021 already. As I record this, we are on the last day of 2020, New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year's Eve, and Happy New Year to everybody, because by the time this video comes out, it will already be the new year, most likely. But the Gemini Jets, they have removed the October releases from their website, and it looks like, as I record this, Gemini Jets has not posted the videos yet. They are still not up on their, nor on their Facebook, nor their Instagram, which is a good thing because the releases, they are probably imminent at some point later in the day. So hopefully that's the case. Also, this is my first model release video being done on my new iPad, so I don't know if the microphone sounds any better than on the old one, but if it is, just let me know. Otherwise, doesn't really make much of a difference. I'm not looking to have the best microphone in the world on an iPad, but I think the microphones on an Apple product, they're pretty good, so hopefully I sound a little bit better in some areas, but otherwise I don't really bother. So what could they release? I have no clue. It's a new year, so possibly I would expect maybe some sort of narrow-body aircraft. Hopefully a new United Evo Blue. I'm really hoping that they do an Airbus A320 in the Evo Blue livery, because they've already done an A319, so hopefully they do an A320. Otherwise, if they're going to do another Evo Blue, it will probably be the 787-9, which has been stuck on their future releases tab for well over a year at this point. So I don't know what their deal is. They could have done it much earlier, but I have no clue. So we'll see if they do that this month. Hopefully they do, because then it'll clear up some space on the future releases tab so that they can announce more future releases that will be announced in the near future. So taking a look on Gemini Jets' website in terms of what has sold out on their website for the December releases, looks like all of them still have buy it now links. So you can still buy it through Gemini Jets Direct. So we'll go ahead and see what they decide to release, and we'll go ahead and get started with the release video. Okay, so it looks like we have the January 2021 releases, and I was initially expecting this to happen, and then Gemini typically likes to skip either December or January, whichever one they do. So if they do like December, they may typically skip January, and then vice versa. But it looks like this time around they have done both December and January as separate releases, which is, I guess, good, but considering how January can be a slow month, I think that's going to affect the quality of the releases. So we'll see what ends up being released. We're going to go ahead and start out with the 1-200 releases like we always do. Let's check out the first one. First one is a Western Global MD-11 in the pretty much the default livery. There's no really special livery or anything like that for Western Global. So they did this in 1-400 a few months ago, and I'm sure some 1-200 collectors would have liked to see this be released in that scale. So there you go. Second release, we've got ourselves a US Air 737. I think this is a 400, I want to say. This was one of their future releases. It looks like that they did do this one. One of the future releases that's been stuck on their website has been the United 787-9. That's been on there since August of 2019. So why they have not released it by now, I have no clue. So we'll see if it's done this month. We still got a ways to go. Next one, we have a United States Coast Guard. I think this is another Gulfstream 550. It's probably going to be a military variant. I believe this is also one of their future releases. NG already did this one, I think, in 1-200. But if you did miss out on the NG and you're looking to get this one, here's Gemini Jets bringing one out. Next up, we have a C-130 from The Rock. Now, I've seen that tail bender before, but I don't remember like where it is specifically in terms of city and state. But it is a C-130. I believe that's a Super Hercules, because it's got the strength, or the not strength, and the lengthened fuselage. I'm not sure if that's what a Super Hercules is, but I know there's like a J30, 30J variant or whatever. That may be the one that specifies it has a lengthened fuselage. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. May not be, because it's pretty hard to tell with just that side preview. And our next one, We have a United 7879. At least I think that's yeah, that's a -9. So this was the exact future release, but in 1/400 that Gemini has just kind of neglected up to this point. So we'll see if this is also in 1/400 scale. And our next one we have 1/2. Oh my goodness, Louisiana 1, but it is in 1/200 scale with flaps down. How in the world did they get to flaps down for 737-700? Okay, so as you know, with Louisiana 1, this was released as an exclusive for the airplane shop for 1/400 scale, but they have now done a 1/200 scale, which I find annoying because I don't want to have to go to their shop because I think they list Gemini Jets models at MSRP, which is like $40 for a 737 1/400. So I'm not willing to pay that much. And then when you factor in shipping and taxes, it's going to be more. So that's kind of why I don't want to go that route to get Louisiana 1. I'll just wait for NG to see if that they make a 737-700 mold and then release that exact livery in 1/400 because I'm sure it'll be much better. I'm assuming the next one is a regular one, which it is. So just the normal wing configuration. But the livery is really nice. I believe this is the newest state livery that Southwest Airlines has done, but I'm not sure if they've got any more in the works. As of, from what I know, I don't think they do, but we'll see if that changes. Next up, we have Airbus A380 of Korean Air in the standard livery, obviously with the iconic Pepsi-like tail. So a lot of people have called it Pepsi because it does kind of look like the Pepsi logo. I think it looks more like the older Pepsi logo than the one that we currently have. I think that's what it's... I don't know why they have that logo. I think it's just because of the colors of the South Korean flag. And I guess that's all they came up with one day, and it just looks like the Pepsi logo now. But Hotel Lima 7622 is the registration on that one. Then we have a Delta Thank You livery. So this is for 1/200. So as we know, I believe it was... goodness, I forgot at this point. But it was either December or October that they did the Thank You livery in 1/400. And I'm sure some people were wanting to see this be done in 1/200. So Gemini has delivered on that. And it looks like we are at the end of the 1/200, so let's take a look. We've got ourselves a Concord. Now, I know this for sure was released last month, so a lot of re-releases that were done in 1/400 now being done in 1/200, so it does fill in some gaping holes, obviously. So not kind of not too much of a surprise for that. So we'll see what they end up having for other aircraft. Oh no, I see 3 military aircraft. That probably means we're going to have like 6 1/400 commercial aircraft release. So let's see what we got. Blue Angels Fat Albert, the new one, that is. So this was released in 1/200 for December, and looks like they've done it in 1/400. I may get this. I'm a little iffy on this. I'll see what else they decide to make, but I'm imagining 1/400 is not going to be that great. We have another C5 Super Galaxy. This is a Dover example. I did see one of these a couple of years ago at Sioux Falls when they were transporting troops out to Lord knows where. I don't know. I just remember seeing all the 747 freighters and then the C5s, and there's even a C-17 that also visited at one point. I got to see one of the C5s and both 747s, but I did not see that C-17. And the next up, we have the B-1 bomber from Ellsworth Air Force Base out in Rapid City, South Dakota. So this is the closest bomber base to me, I think. Yeah, it is, because I think the next closest one will be Minot, and that's the B-52. So I already have a Dragon Wings release from like 2011, I think. I got it for a pretty decent price. But for those collectors that are just wanting a B-1 and 1/400, then there you go. Now let's see the bunch of filler stuff that they've got for 1/400, because I imagine it's not going to contain anything all that great. First up, Virgin Atlantic 7879. This was announced as a future release last month, but unfortunately I believe this may be in the old cradle mold, and NG has already done this exact registration, so I imagine this is not going to be as much of a hit with some collectors, but if you did miss out on it, then this is your time to get it. Next up, KLM 777 300ER. This is the Orange Pride. But what bugs me about this release is that they did this, I think, right around the time that the livery initially debuted. But they have redone it because it has the 100th anniversary sticker on there, which I find annoying because it's just that minor detail that's different. So why would you even bother re-releasing this? And I think the actual aircraft does not have this sticker anymore as of right now. So they're a bit late on it, but. To be fair, I think they did like a Porter Dash 8 some time ago with like Canada 150th anniversary stickers on it, and that got released way after the aircraft got repainted back into the original livery. So they seem to have that issue with that, so let's see what else they got. Oh! This is very unique. Eastern 767. Now, this is the new livery Eastern aircraft. November 705 Kilo Whiskey. I've seen pictures of this. It looks really cool, and this is I believe this is like a charter aircraft, I want to say. So if this interests me enough, maybe I'll get it, but we'll see what else they have to offer as well. Next up, DHL 737-800 Freighter. Now, I believe NG has done a release on this, but it was a different registration. This is 737 Kilo Tango. So, and I believe NG was 916 Sierra Charlie, from what I remember. Next up on the chopping block, Cargolux 7478. This is an interactive series. This is the one with the Not Without My Mask special livery, which I kind of like. I know some that probably don't like it that much, but it does really spread the message pretty well, so I do like it. But obviously it's going to have the interactive series elements with the cargo doors opening like on the nose and on the side and all that stuff. So I don't know. I may have to get one at some point because they kind of interest me, but we'll see what ends up being released for the rest. And our last one is a British Airways 747-400 in the standard livery. And that looks to be about it. So as I was expecting, kind of a mundane month, so not much really going for them this month. And from what I know, I think some retailers did not get the December releases in. Apparently I don't know what's going on, but apparently some retailers, they've not gotten in like any sort of stock whatsoever. I've been trying to figure out what's happening, but I've not been able to come up with anything. So I don't want to make any assumptions, but just know that what I all know is that retailers, they don't have much quantity of some of the December releases. Which ones I don't know, but so I don't know if they'll be able to get that sorted out. Hopefully they do, but we'll see what ends up coming out from the January releases. So kind of a mundane month, but we do have Louisiana 1 and 1-200, which will satisfy those collectors at the very least. But it's mostly a lot of re-releases from 1-400 just now being done in 1-200, like the Concord, Delta Thank You, the Southwest 737-700, Louisiana 1, the I think that's actually about it. Actually, the Western Global MD-11, but that was done quite a while ago. Then you got the new Fat Albert, C-130 and 1-400, which I kind of like. That doesn't really interest me to some extent. You got the B-1 Lancer and the Super Galaxy as well, which the MSRP is ridiculous on the C5, $61.95. That's why we're kind of happy to buy from retailers that do give us that slight discount. And then for 1-400, as expected, I was not expecting much, but at least for me, but I know some other collectors are going to be satisfied. I think I skipped out on one. That's got to be my bad. It's a Garuda in Indonesia A330-900. And this is also the one with the mask on the front. It's got, I think it's like Ao Pakai Masker, so something related to masks from what I know. So apologies for me skipping out on that. I feel so bad, but now I know that one, so that is a total of, 7 1-400 releases, and then we got 3 military releases. So when they do multiple military releases, the rest of the releases, they just don't tend to be as any good as if they just did all commercial aircraft or maybe even one military aircraft that they throw in. So as I was expecting, kind of a filler month, just throwing stuff together in hopes that it looks appealing, but I'm sure that it will look appealing for some. Just not for me, though. Hopefully that maybe Gemini Jets could do Louisiana 1 as not an exclusive anymore, and they could actually start sending them out to some other retailers, because I don't want to have to pay as much as it is on the airplane shop and deal with slow shipping and other issues that may potentially arise. So, with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.